So today I'm going to show you how to take apart and put into pieces a whole chicken. This is a free-range chicken. You do this mainly because of price. You can save up to 30, almost 50% buying a whole one. So you basically need a sharp boning knife, and we'll start by taking the legs and the thighs off. So you can see the line right along the edge of the body. You make your first cut right there, pop the joint. You actually want to hear it pop, and then you're going to cut right down through where you see that joint. I don't know if you can see, yeah, you can see it fairly well. So bring it all the way down, and you want to hit it right at the joint. I'm feeling right there with my thumb to make sure I hit it right. And right there you want to get the oyster out to that nice little round piece of meat. You can see I hit the spot right there, and it just pops right off. There's no cutting through bone or dulling your knife. You do the same thing on the other side. I think you can see a little better on this side. So it's all the way down. Flip it over until you hear the bone, that joint pop. You can see even better where that joint is now. So bring it all the way along. You hit right between the joint with your knife, and your legs and thighs are off. So we'll take the wings off next, and you want to actually hold the chicken up by the wing, so the weight of the chicken is being pulled up by the wing. Make one cut on either side of the wing, and that starts to show you where that joint is. And again, you go right between the joint, that pops off. Do the same thing on the other side. I won't show you that. We'll just magically have that wing pop off, and look at that, there it is. Now we're going to take the breasts off. You could leave the bone in. If you did that, what you would want to do is get a pair of shears and cut down both sides of the backbone. Pull that backbone out, and then take a bigger knife and cut really hard straight down the middle. But we're going to go boneless. So you see that line down the middle, or that keel bone, cut just to one side of it. And then what you're going to do is you're going to peel the meat back. So it's not hacking and sawing, it's pushing down on the knife, the flat of the knife, and drawing it back. So you go in, make the turn almost 90 degrees, and you're pushing flat down on the knife and just working your way up towards the top of the bird. All the way up there. Again, not hacking, needed a little bit more of a cut there. And then eventually you'll turn your knife around and cut right along the top of the wishbone, and you've got a boneless breast of chicken. Same thing on the other side, and I think you actually see a little bit better from this angle. So down the other side of the keel bone, and again pushing down on the knife, not hacking through, but pushing down and pulling back all the way down. There you can see how it opens up, and you just peel it back as you go. I've worked it up almost all the way to where I want to turn my knife around, cut all the way up through and right along the wishbone, and that's it. All that's left there can go into a stock pot, and you end up with 2 chicken breasts. And if you want to separate the thigh from the leg, there's 2 ways to do it. This is kind of the dangerous way. Squeeze it together, and you see a little dimple there, and you're cutting towards your hand, so don't push too hard. But you start off by cutting right there, and that shows you right where the joint is. So following right through to that point, you can see again, I'm not cutting through bone, I'm just hitting the joints. This is, I think, a better way of doing it though. You can see there's a little line of fat between the thigh and the drumstick. So you go just to the drumstick side of that line of fat. Every chicken has this, always the same. And it goes straight through. So you're not, again, hitting bone. If you want to pull the chicken wings apart, you find the angle and split the angle. So you take that tip off. That tip can go in a stock pot. And again, you find the angle, and you go right down the middle, and you don't have to push too hard to find that joint and slide it right through. You do that with one more wing, same thing. Find the angle, slice it through, that goes to the stock pot. You split the angle in half again. If you do that, you pretty much hit the joint every time, and you end up with a much cheaper bunch of chicken. 2 breasts, got 2 legs, 2 thighs, you got chicken wing pieces that I would throw into a freezer bag until you got enough for wing night, and that's it, the whole chicken in pieces.